Hey guys, welcome back. JT here for delicatebeats.com. Today I want to show you my brand new library for Kontakt 5. I called it Sub. It's an 808 type sub bassline engine. It's got 20 808s, 10 digital and 10 analog that I designed on XFer Serum for the digital ones and my Moog Little Phatty for the analog ones. So you either have, the analog warmth or the cut through sharpness of the digital world. So it's very, very versatile. It's very rich sounding. It's very easy to use in your mixes. So let me show you how it works. Let me show you all the effects and modulators, give you a little demo of how to make a beat with it, and let's have fun. Let's go. Alright, so here we are in Logic Pro X. I have loaded one instance of the sub analog and one instance of the sub digital on those two tracks. Here is what sub looks like on the main interface. So let's check out the controls. You've got the glide here that you can flick on and off, make it longer or shorter. You have some reverb, high pass filter, low pass filter, 4-band SSL EQ. And you have your kit browser with the 10 analog subs here. And you can just press these little buttons here to change the sound. So the concept behind sub is to have a playable 808 type sub bass line on the 3 lower octaves of the keyboard. So if I play, and because these sounds are deep sampled, each of the octaves sound very, very good. Instead of having just one sample basically go through the 3 octaves on which the higher and lower octaves would sound a bit distorted and time stretched, I decided to go ahead and sample each of the individual notes from the Moog Little Phatty and the Serum patch that I created. So let's play around with the controls a bit to see what we can obtain. Obviously, the first patch is your typical very low in terms of frequencies 808 sound, and let's put a little glide on there, maybe not that long. Reverb, for now I'm gonna leave it at 0. High pass filter, low pass. All right, now let's jump in right into the effects. This is where you can really create some cool, unheard before 808 sounds. So let's take a look at the tape distortion. This really brings out the mids, which is really cool, especially nowadays with people listening in tiny earphones. Same distortion, lo-fi for a more, high-tech kind of sound. The enhancer, rotator, subtle, but just a little stereo effect again, because these sounds were all sampled in mono. Flanger, some futuristic 808s, phaser. Again, just to give you stereo and effects options, just to make them a little different than what we're used to. And stereo delay. Now let me show you the modulators. If you've bought or saw the video for Black Diamonds, you must be familiar with these 4 modulators. Those are your basic sound shaping tools. The sidechain, popular in EDM, stutter, wobble, and this guy is tied to the low pass filter here on the main interface. So if you bring down the low pass, it's going to make the wobble even more intense. And finally, the stereo panner. All right. So now let's do a little bit of tweaking with, let's say for example, I were to use the wobble. And for people with smaller speaker, I'm going to choose a different patch here so you can hear. So one interesting thing that you can do is, for example, if you want to do a bass drop, you can turn on the glide, go from the higher octaves, and I'm going to turn it all the way up so you can really hear. So you can really do some interesting stuff once you start to combine these effects with the modulators and the different patches here. So once again, yeah. So you can use it as a synth, but you can also use it as an transition effects module, which is really interesting. Let's jump into the digitals just so you can have an idea of the difference in sound. I'm going to turn the volume a little bit up. All right. So as you can see, the analog one is, a bit more present in the mix, but for some applications, I really like the digital ones too, because they're kind of, a bit more thin, and they're really easy to place, just, to have that little layer of super deep bass at the bottom of your mix. So guys, it's going to be available online today at delicatebeats.com at the very low price of $19.95. And if you're not sure, you can even subscribe to my newsletter, again, at my website, delicatebeats.com. Subscribe, and you're going to get a link to download a free version where you get one analog and one digital sub for free. So pay me a visit at delicatebeats.com, and thank you for watching the video. All right, guys. This is the Logic session for the intro song, and pay attention to the 3 sub parts here that I used to make this song. So let's give it a listen first. Alright, so let's examine each of the individual parts. In the pre-chorus here, or the pre-drop, the build-up, whatever, I used a sub-analog patch, which sounds a bit like this. So very simple. What I did, no, there's actually no distortion. The patch is like this. I think it's just a question of low pass and then a quick glide, so that at the end you'll see there's a little bit of glide going on there. When you're using the glide, make sure that the notes overlap, so that way there's glide here and there's glide down there. The next 808 part that I have is this 808 for the drop, which I made a much more intense with, let's see, I'm even limiting it, but basically tape, lo-fi, and stereo enhancer to really have the 808 as present as possible in the mix. So that's it. And finally, I decided to create a little drop down effect at the very end. So how this is done is by using a very, very long glide, and again, I'm low passing the 808 It's the same one as the pre-chorus, and yeah, it's as simple as that. Again, just make sure the notes overlap, and just one last time, this is the intro song with the 3 sub 808s. So as you can see, you can create very different tones with sub. You can even create effects. So very powerful library, very small price tag. So again, pay me a visit at delicatebeats.com. You can subscribe to the newsletter to get the free version, or you can go ahead and buy this super product. Thank you very much.